In 1880, a room full of hearing men voted to ban a language, not a foreign language, not a dead language, the natural language of an entire community. One that still hadn't done anything wrong. This is the story of the conference that tried to erase sign language. One that still hadn't done anything wrong. This is the story of the conference that tried to erase sign language. Milan, Italy, September 1880, the Second International Congress on Education of the Deaf. On paper it sounds like a normal academic conference, in reality it was rigged before it even started. The organisers of the Prior Society were devoted to one method only, oralism, lip reading, speech therapy, no hands allowed. Of the 12 speakers invited to give their opinion, 9 were oralists, only 3 defended sign language, including deaf education pioneers, the Galilei brothers. The outcome was decided before a single vote was cast. The delegates declared oral education superior to sign. They passed a resolution, sign language was banned from deaf education worldwide. Only 2 delegations objected, the United States and Britain. They were outvoted, ignored, and just like that an entire language was legislated out of the classroom. The damage was immediate and brutal. Between 1880 and 1920, roughly 80% of deaf schools switched to oral-only education. Deaf teachers, the very people who understood these students best, were fired and replaced with hearing instructors. Children caught signing were punished. Hands slapped with rulers, sometimes tied together just for using the only language that came natural to them. This period is remembered by the deaf community as the dark age of deaf education. But here's the part they didn't plan for. Sign language didn't die, it went underground, passed on in homes, deaf clubs, churches, generations to generation, completely outside the official system. Then in the 1960s, linguist William Stokoe proved that deaf people already knew sign language wasn't a broken substitute for speech. It had its own grammar, its own structure, it was a real, full language. Science had fully caught up. It took 130 years. In 2010, at the same Congress that had once banned it, deaf educators formally apologised. They called the original ban what it was, a violation of human and constitutional right. A century of children lost access to language communication, even their own identity, because one rigged vote in one room in Milan. This is an ancient history, it's 140 years old, and it's proof that language doesn't disappear because it's flawed. Sometimes it disappears because someone with power decided it should. Sign language survived anyway, that's the part worth remembering.